Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, guys. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday. We wanted to come up here and have this quick live to announce that there is an upcoming protest that is coming up on let me tell you guys exactly the date. Actually, October 21st. On Saturday, October 21st, there's going to be a protest in front of the Celebrity Center, guys. So we're going to be meeting Alexandra from Eat Predators that has organized and gotten the permits to have this protest. And I already spoke to several people that are going to be showing up. And then hopefully a lot of you can also show up with us when we go over there. Hi, Liz. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Cedar. Hi, everybody. So, yeah, we're going to be making our voices heard. And I think that's so great that we're starting to see these protests happening, because the only way for us to get anything to ever change is by actually being able to show up and to participate and to lend our voice into the collective voice of survivors and advocates that really want to effect a change and really want to stand up for those who cannot stand up for themselves, which I think is like the most important thing that all of us in these communities can be doing. The most effective spending of our time can be to advocate for those who don't have a voice, who don't know how to advocate for themselves, who don't know that they're getting scammed, who don't know that they signed a contract that has absolute no legal value whatsoever, that is completely unenforceable, that is completely illegal, a contract that definitely turned everyone's best interest against themselves. So we really are starting to question all these contracts that have been typed by Scientology attorneys. All manner of legal schmeagle is what those contracts have, you guys. All of these convoluted things that only attorneys know how to read. Well, imagine that those contracts are being put in front of kids to sign. And imagine that as of this year, 2023, everyone is still running around pretending that, yes, in fact, those contracts are the most important thing in the world, that prove that this was not child trafficking, because kids did sign a contract for themselves. Kids that were under the age of 16, we're talking, right, guys? Because those are, at the end of the day, the ones that don't have a shred of a clue what's being done to them and cannot consent for themselves. So, given that Celebrity Center specialized in grabbing kids and underage minors to be of service, to be servicing others, including but not limited to Sergio Blinsky, who was working there at Celebrity Center, watching Tom and Nicole come in and go, including but not limited to Liz Ferris, who was tapped to be part of the president's office, you guys. So we're going to have a little chat with Liz so that she can really kind of expand for y'all to understand how those celebrities are being treated inside of these hotels. Because you know what? I think it's very important that we start contextualizing those aspects of what makes this culture utterly indefensible and utterly depraved. At the end of the day, like every time we come on a live, every time we share our stories with you guys, all we realize is there's one word that these people have not wanted to hear in 73 years. And this is the word that they are utterly allergic to. Okay? People inside of those hotels do not want to be told no. People inside of those hotels despise this two-letter word. They will have conniptions. They will go throw fits. They will say, you're infringing on my rights to do and believe whatever in the hell I want, including but not limited to following these memos that this convicted, indicted felon did write for himself. And we don't want to be told no by anybody. We don't want to be told, yo, check it out. Like, really, like, double check that pitch. Like, really, double check your source. I mean, it's not like these people are not calling L. Ron Hubbard source. I mean, literally, guys, they're calling L. Ron Hubbard source. They're going back into the 1950s and 60s to check out how L. Ron Hubbard pitched they should think about a problem, and then take that pitch from L. Ron Hubbard and really figure out how they can be part of that pitch today. And that's what makes them so dangerous. That's why there cannot be any kids inside of those hotels with this type of depraved adult. A depraved adult that has no shred of critical thinking skills for themselves available. And we're not talking like, okay, well, somebody was very, very crazy and that was the exception to the rule. This is all Scientology adults. All Scientology adults pose a clear and present danger to any kid that is exposed to being anywhere near the radios of any Scientology adult. Let's just start with that one fact. Very few times can you make that statement as a generality, you guys. Very, very, very few times can you really just lump sum all adults in the same bucket and say, here, all adults, all of them, not one single one of them is safe. And why would we be making such an extreme radical statement? Well, perhaps because all of these adults are going to say that kids are just, nothing but adults themselves. So we need to start understanding things backwards today. In this year 2023, we need to start understanding things backwards, i.e., how can adults that have all agreed, sign all manner of paperwork, sign all manner of very real contracts that have been put in front of them as consenting adults that they are, with availability to call any lawyer to review anything they signed. And then those adults are now going to collectively, actively search for kids. They can staff their hotels. And then those kids are just adults. So we need to understand in this year 2023, how a collective of adults is gaining unfeathered access, no questions asked, no guardrails, no holds barred, literally full unfeathered access to any shred of child that takes it upon himself to cross the threshold of a hotel. And as long as their parents are fully in on it, because they're really happy, because they couldn't wait for their children to be exposed, then everything goes inside of that hotel. And all adults, Scientology adults, including but not limited to Scientology parents, Scientology executives, Scientology senior executives, Scientology's ethics officers, Scientology's case supervisors, Scientology's supervisors, Scientology's directors of inspectors and reports, Scientology security, external security, Scientology Office of Very Special Affairs, Scientology security office that video records everything that is happening inside that hotel, including but not limited to the minors being seen working for the hundreds of hours straight ad nauseum, backbreaking work, being relegated to literal under the age of 16 kids. Right? I got started in this at 15. Liz got started at this at 13. Serge Oblinsky got started this at 12. So how is a celebrity center that's actually a full-blown hotel with a receptionist, with bellboys that go and pick up your luggage, that give you a key? Here's your key for staying here, for paying us $375 a night to really have the great, wonderful, amazing, unique experience of children tapped to be your slaves in the year 2023. So that's what doesn't connect. That's what doesn't jive. That's the receipt that we're seeing cannot be reconciled whatsoever with any laws of this country that it purports to have, the very toothless laws of this country that no one is around to enforce. No one has the time to help a single child because you know what? They're very busy doing other stuff. As long as a hotel hands a child a contract, it's not called child trafficking anymore, you guys. It's not what it's called. It's called children are having religious experiences for themselves, and they really know what in the hell they're doing, these children. They really do know. Scientology kids, we are a breed of our own. A breed of our own. Our parents told us, you're just an adult. You're just an adult. Get over it. Get over yourselves. Get over everything. You are an adult. You signed that contract. You joined the Sea Org. You go and save the entire planet. You go and do that. With what face can any Scientology adult today defend that as a religious thing that they really thought that they home up, that's what we thought that was in the hotels? When all the slaves of these kids were there, we just saw the video where literally Janet Herring and Debbie Cook could not stop pitching without a shred of shame. Nanette, the 15-year-old, the senior intern supervisor, a child was the internship supervisor of The adults that were interrogating people, asking disgusting questions 365 days a year, 24/7 inside of those hotels. So that's another receipt, not making any shred of change. Where the hell is Nanette today? Where is she? What happened to her? She's still stuck at the hotel? Is she still training people to practice law without a license? Because why not? In America, that's very acceptable. In the state of Florida, all you need to do is open a hotel, and then all of a sudden, you could just be doing your own laws in there, because this kind of special hotel, you guys, is very kind of like Soho Club, right? Because like it's not like people can just be like, oh yeah, can I just check out your hotel? You're not gonna be allowed in. They need to know who you are before you even think of stepping foot. Gotta be approved to come to this hotel. What do you think? That just any old Clearwater person that does subsidize the hotel? So shout out to all the people in Clearwater that are so comfortable subsidizing everything we're discussing here. Shout out to y'all. Because you know what? Even if you're not consenting to that subsidy, guess who's making you consent to that subsidy? The people in your government that are playing dumb. The people at the Clearwater Police that could not be more clueless. There's not more of a clueless police department that anyone can find in the United States, you guys, than this Clearwater Police. That, kid you literally not, is just a block away from the hotel. Their big headquarters, police headquarters, are really behind the hotel. So it's not like once upon a time they were miles away and they never saw anything, because they are really busy preventing crime in Clearwater so that laws really do get enforced. No, this is literally like right here. They see kids coming in and out of buses. They don't give a. Those kids know what they're doing. They know what they got into. They signed a contract. In America, if kids do sign a contract, then you know what? Everything goes as soon as a contract is signed in America. Apparently in America, like a country that really does believe in the law so much, this country believes in the law, you guys, so much that the entire human trafficking laws that talk about coercion are nowhere to be enforced in any of these hotels. Those laws don't apply. Those laws are a religious experience that kids are having for themselves. And who's advocating for those kids as they're having that religious experience right now? Who is saying, get the MF kids out of the MF hotel? What in the literal hell are y'all waiting for? How many times do we have to repeat ourselves ad nauseum, the same thing? Kids are stuck in these hotels. They cannot leave. They cannot go out. They're being brought in to get sec checked. Really, yay. Let's really have a religious experience right now. Hey, you, Danny, come get sec checked, Danny Masterson, at Celebrity Center, getting sec checked, getting asked disgusting, unthinkable questions that fully implicated Miranda Scoggins, including but not limited to, fully implicated Julian Schwartz, ethics officer of the lifetime, Julian Schwartz. And then fully implicated the auditor that did take it upon themselves to charge money to Danny Masterson to be like, yeah, all you got to do is implicate and incriminate yourself and pay us money to do that. And then all of a sudden, this technology really will float your needle. And you will really do see a miracle take place. A miracle, you have no idea. Class A felony that you tell us, Class A felony, that floats. Floats. Bye-bye. Nothing to see here anymore. Everyone get over it. We will grab your victims. We'll convince them it was their fault. They did pull it in. There was another life involved that caused them to literally get abused by you. So isn't that just such a great environment for predators to thrive and be cradled and canoodled at every little nook and corner of this hotel, where with a straight face, full-blown straight face, you guys, these people are selling services. That's what they call it. You're going to get serviced. You're going to float this. Miranda Scoggins, that has no shred of a clue what in the hell she's doing, she will take it upon herself to practice law without a license, because we call that here ethics. We don't call it law. We just call it ethics. Who cares? Who cares what you call it? You can just be a know-it-all. If you show up at these hotels, you can just, oh yeah, you're sick. You have a, probably 1 on the tone scale, probably have made not a shred of case gain in your entire life, because you're just, constant PT overts case. And therefore you're just roller coastering all day long. So yeah, just like that, you guys, they've already just diagnosed you with all the most horrible things, but don't worry. As soon as you send a wire for including but not limited to this much, everything can be floated. Everything is going to get floated. Everything is going to just baboosh, just disappear. The more people get implicated in the felony, the better. Let's tell the auditor. Let's tell the ethics officer. Let's tell the DRINR. Where's the DRINR? Let's tell them too. Oh, and let's tell the HAS. Let's CC them on this report, just so that they know, just so that they're in the know. And then let's also tell the QualSec, because, we really need to check the technical delivery of these confessionals. And so let's also get her implicated. And, let's call Dave Pettit every once in a while when he really wants to see what's coming up in the sec check. He can just go, oh, hi, I'm Dave Pettit. Can I come in and watch? Okay, so what's coming up? Can you brief me? Uh-huh. What are the withholds that are coming up? Okay, yeah, let me start writing that down, because I really do need to also write a report myself to OSA, so that we really tell OSA that everything is under control. We're just making so much money selling Danny and all the other people that were at that party, all manner of programs, ethics, legal advice, whatever in the hell we want. Okay, OSA, yeah, all of this came up in the sec checks, but here you go, because why not also let OSA fully know every type of criminal act that was admitted to in full? So that is why the title of this video, you guys, is Scientology Celebrity Center is Celebrity Hell. And it is celebrity hell. It's unthinkable that these people are giving themselves this level of unhinged entitlement, because, they become specialists real quick after just completing a 2-week course that is taught in that hotel by, including but not limited to, minors such as myself or Nanette that you just saw in that video. So, okay, breaking news. If y'all didn't know, those kids that were tapped as the so-called whatever we were being told we were, golden kids, prodigies, whatever the hell you call us, we had not a clue what in the hell we were doing. Whatever certificate we gave y'all, shred that certificate. Literally throw it in the trash, in the nearest trash you can find. Put it there. And since that actually applies to literally probably like 95% of the adults that are in their auditing today, trained by me, you guys, Scientology just lost their entire ability to literally teach anybody anything. Because you know what? If I was there teaching these courses, handing certificates out to these adults, I take it back. I had not a shred of a clue, guys. I know at 15, I really did sell that as if I knew what in the hell I was doing. But you know what? Turns out I didn't. Turns out I had not a shred of a clue. Today I have a clue. Today I do have a clue. Today I really do know. Today I'm just so clear on what manner of BS I was put to do. But you know what? Now y'all are the benefactors of me fully understanding that as an adult body that I am today. You see how that works? Like today we are our age. And, turns out that, yeah, we've been able to add up receipts. That's all it's called, you guys. Like we got them here, receipts galore. Everything was recorded by y'all. So case is over. We don't need a big, complicated, convoluted case and nobody knows what in the hell happened. Open up our PC files, FBI. Open up our PC files, idiots at the Clearwater Police. Open what it says they were doing to us. They couldn't have made your cases easier to follow. Never been in the history of this planet a bunch of idiots like these people. Video recording it, transcribing it as it was happening, contemporaneous notes AF. So you at the FBI that wants to really pretend cases are so hard to make, nobody knows nothing. Well, these people actually did y'all a solid. That's what the hell you call a full-blown solid. So all you got to do is grab some balls at your nearest station and go knock, knock, knock. Can we really do check that warehouse that y'all have in there? Can we just check what y'all been writing in there? Just that. Isn't that interesting, guys? That's all it would take for everything to stop immediately at once. Oh shit, we got caught writing it all down, transcribing it all, putting it all on video recording so that everybody knows. These people have literally gone doing that, thinking that's protecting them. That's how disgusting they are. Like, oh yeah, as long as we really, really record it and transcribe it and put it everywhere, then everything's got to be legit. And we really could be doing something very, very legit inside of these hotels. Well, bravo. Congratulations. Start getting a hold of those files. Start getting a hold of them and open them and see what it's written in every last nauseating page. Because everything they did to us, it's there. Transcribed on the date of the abuse, on the date, on the time, on how long we were kept there, locked against our will. Repeat, locked against our will. We couldn't get out. We couldn't say no. We couldn't say never mind. We couldn't change our mind over nothing. So Clearwater Police, please start making some sense. Commissioner of the Clearwater Police, in this year 2023, it would be great for you to make some sense. Because the receipts that we got don't add up. And when we went to check on these receipts at your station with your officers and your detectives, that apparently, haven't seen anything whatsoever that is suspicious activity taking place inside of those hotels. Y'all have been given the benefit of the doubt. But you're nowhere to be found to do a job that you get paid to do. And the job is not play dumb. The job is figure out what in the hell is going on in your own backyard. And what in the hell's going on to kids in y'all's backyard. Because I think like the next protest that needs to happen, guys, is literally in Clearwater. The highest concentration of children abducted inside of these hotels can be found in no other place more than in Clearwater, Florida. The Superpower building, the Sandcastle building, the Fort Harrison building, staffed to the hilt with minors. And if they're not minors anymore, it's because they've literally been there for 20 to 25 years. I've got 4 or 5 cousins still stuck inside of those hotels. Why are they stuck in there? Because they're debt bondaged. They owe hundreds of thousands of dollars of so-called training that they did inside of those hotels. And to them, that bill weighs a lot in their mind, believe you me. So we're going to protest at Celebrity Center, and then the protest is going to go to Clearwater. And then Apostate Alex just protesting at the event at the International Association of Scientologists, where the creme of the creme is going, guys. The top donors of this disgusting hotel operation need to start understanding what in the hell they're donating to, and stop pretending that they have no shred of a clue that is kids being stuck inside of these hotels to service them, including but not limited to just that one fact alone. It's like, we don't want to solve the entire universe and the whole thing for these people that are all about loving L. Ron Hubbard. Love your L. Ron Hubbard. Watch us not get in the way of you having a love affair with a convicted, indicted felon. You want to love L. Ron Hubbard? Go and love him. But kids, stay out of the MF Hotel. Period. You cannot have kids in there. Stop being an abuser. Stop calling kids adults in small bodies. Stop it. Stupid. It is absolutely idiotic. And it's actually making a ton of you break the law. Just that stupid pitch that you bought. Oh, all the kids are just like adults in small bodies. Knock it off. Get your ethics actually in. Come to present time. When are you going to come to present time? When are you going to come to this year 2023 when we did find out L. Ron Hubbard was nothing but a convicted and indicted felon that you're following those advices of, like a total imbecile, idiot? And it's like, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. Insulting much? Absolutely. Y'all need to be insulted. Y'all need to like literally wake the F up. Like, what in the hell are y'all actually doing? Even people at OSA that are transcribing these interviews, please, by all means, explain your damn selves to yourselves. And if you cannot explain yourself to yourself, then you know what? Run. Run and actually come clean on what you know. Come clean on what you're doing. Come clean on all the laws that you're breaking as a result of being a know-it-all, figure out that nothing in L. Ron Hubbard's rhetoric is going to help you when you really have to explain yourself to a judge. Nothing is going to provide that type of legal cover. Just an FYI, just another favor for y'all. So in case Monique Yingling is telling you, yeah, whatever, if L. Ron Hubbard wrote it, then it totally does protect you. Wrong. It's a complete wrong, stupid idea that you have because no one has bothered to read through those bulletins to see what in the hell you are actually doing. But you know what? The ones that we did read those bulletins for ourselves now are sounding the MF alarm. So you're welcome. Get it the hell out of there and stop being a pathetic clown being used and tokenized to do the unthinkable, and stop pretending that that's a religious right, what you really are practicing, because you're not doing that. If you go and hire y'all a real good, competent criminal attorney, they will also advise you to stop talking to these people, to stop answering those questions, to stop pretending that that is anything. I mean, even Sean Hawley, that calls herself the best and the brightest of the whole country, can really write to us today a little pitch, Miss Hawley, of why in the hell was Danny being sold these services inside of those hotels? Why is Julian Schwartz implicated? What type of certificates does Julian Schwartz have to be advising in legal manners? Please advise immediately. Make that make sense. Also, Miranda Scoggins. That was all implicated in this ethics handling. What is Miranda Scoggins' background, Miss Hawley? Where did she get her ethics specialist course from? Who gave her that certificate to be meddling in law, a legal matter that you should have been handling from the beginning, not at the very end when your client had already incriminated himself to these people running an operation in a hotel that has nothing to do with reality and has everything to do with delusions of grandeur. So when Miss Hawley actually writes us a pitch that makes sense, you guys, we will let you know if Miss Hawley ever answers that. But it's like, we've got to start bringing people to the table to have a very real conversation, because, you know, Miss Hawley could not be more clueless, apparently, about what took place between Danny having the out to these and today. All that gap is filled by people inside of these hotels. And that part of the facts is nowhere to be found today in the narrative, because, you know, Scientology did take it upon themselves to say we had nothing to do with anything. Y'all had nothing to do with anything. So then why are all your fingerprints all over it? That's another receipt that has no way of getting reconciled today in this year 2023. That we're not children anymore. That y'all can just put out any nauseatingly ridiculous statement for yourselves about how we didn't really have anything to do with it and we're not in the criminal case. Why were y'all not in that case is what we need to understand. Why is practicing law without a license a completely amazing thing that anyone can do in this year 2023? We would like to really understand that. So those are the aspects of these hotels that we keep underscoring, you guys, because it's all so unthinkable. It's all so ridiculous. And it all needs to stop because minors are implicated. Minors are in the way. They have no shred of advocate for them. You know, in all these years that the media has been yapping about the subject, no one has made him the priority in the conversation. Well, guess what? They are. the priority in the conversation. Guess what? They are the ones that need advocates right now. When we were there, we know how our oppressors were working. We know what they were doing to us. We know what they were capable of. We know that they had no shred of second thought to entitle themselves to the unthinkable. And that's why we're sounding this alarm and we're making it about them. The kids don't deserve it. It's indefensible when done to kids. Y'all go have your adult conversations somewhere else and then start actually showing up for kids that are stuck between adults that are all in on calling those kids adults. That's the simplicity of the advocacy that's needed. Today, in this year 2023, simple message, no kids. It's not our opinion, it's not yours, it's not a million 50 shades of gray. No MF kids. Repeat that ad nauseum. All of these Scientology parents better start getting visits from Child Protective Services. How many ethics handlings are you doing on your kid? How many hours are they locked against their will when that's going on? As if the Scientology parents, you have that case of that Mormon mom that finally, when their 12-year-old showed up in someone else's home desperate, now the courts are really wanting to check it out. Now the police is saying, oh yeah, this was very unhinged Mormon woman. The police was called over and over and over to the house. What was this woman? What's her face? Ruby, whatever in the hell, Ruby Frankie. Ruby Frankie and Scientology parenting, you guys, is the same shit. Different air freshener. Get it? Locked against your will, check mark. Losing all rights to your bedroom, check mark. Being called a disgusting, depraved, treasonous MFer, check mark. And that's the other thing that actually has been coming up in some of our conversations. The amount of swear words these religious L. Ron Hubbard people would use. It's unthinkable to think about how they were addressing themselves to kids. The use of the F word, the bitch word. I mean, that's why we've been posting all those clips on the shorts with when Julia Roberts is calling out the other person, stop being a bitch. That's what these conversations were like inside of those hotels, you guys. It was a complete sadistic environment from hell, with everyone having a power tripped, completely deranged, completely powered, drunk on power, on unthinkable, dehumanizing power. So Celebrity Center is no place that any kid should be exposed to. Not one single child should be exposed to those hotels. Not one single one. And all the ones that are 16 and under, let's just continue changing the bar. Maybe the plus 16 and up can make a case for themselves that they really want to be there. But maybe the 16 and under, maybe those really do need an advocate. Because maybe them getting locked up against their will is not working out as a great religious experience that's being pitched in this year 2023. Still today with a straight face. That's the pitch that's being given to us. So we're going to continue to speak about those kids that need advocates, that need people to show up at Celebrity Center and call out that level of dysfunction to their face so they can start hearing that maybe it's not a good idea what in the hell they're doing. That maybe they were very, very certain that it was a great idea, but today would be the day to actually gain a little uncertainty and see if maybe, just maybe, y'all have made literally the worst mistake of your life. that we wouldn't wish on our worst enemy. And here we are advocating for y'all's right to wake the F up, for y'all's right to repudiate every last shred of pitch that a convicted, indicted felon sold to you. That's what we're advocating against. That's what we're advocating for. And even if you're a Scientologist getting all insulted, stop being insulted and start confronting reality, because reality bites, and it's going to bite you in ways that you don't even know. So the sooner you wake up to the facts, the sooner you will start actually grounding with reality, taking actual accountability for things you did, taking actual accountability for it to stop so no more kids get exposed to y'all's mistake AF. Call it a mistake if you want, but repudiate what y'all have been doing. Repudiate and actually become clear. Because again, you guys, if we're not hearing things that actually stop these abuses in the physical universe, then you know what they call that in Scientology? Telling part of a withhold, but not the rest. So stop telling part of a withhold, but not the rest. Start telling the entire withhold to the entire world. Laura Prepon, advocate for those kids. You have no excuse. Katie Holmes, you have no excuse. Nicole Kidman, you have no excuse. Elizabeth Moss, wake the F up because you have no excuse either. Marisol Nichols, you have no excuse. All of these women have no excuse. Show these men what in the hell they're doing wrong if y'all like. By all means, have a feminist moment. Actually advocate for kids and stop looking at my PR is going to really get damaged. It's going to get damaged if you keep those kids inside of those hotels. That's what people should be afraid of, not advocating for kids that don't have a shred of advocate on the outside, calling for these atrocities to stop right now, not tomorrow, not next year, not 10 years from now, because we really do have a lot of time until we figure it out. No, you don't. You don't have time for more kids to be exposed to the scourge of the disgusting things pitched by a convicted and an indicted felon, L. Ron Hubbard. There's just no excuse for it to go on and on and on ad nauseum. It's been made clear there should be no one under 16, at the very least, exposed. So we've literally just lowered down to 16 years old and under, if you want. Just those. Because you know what? Can't give us they can really join the military. Okay, fine. The 18 and ups can join the military, can join Scientology, can go help themselves, can go F themselves. Tell them that, America. But you have nothing to make a case for 16 and under being exposed to this. And we would know firsthand what that means. And if America doesn't want to wake up to it, it's not because y'all have not been told. So protesting is the only way for this to stop, you guys. And actually standing up for those kids that don't have a shred of advocate. They don't. They're being told that they're having a very legal thing for themselves inside of those hotels. And we're actually calling that ridiculous narrative out because it's a lie. It's a big, big lie that's being told so that all these people can have their way at the hotel and not be insulted because they really can practice whatever in the hell. So that's about all there is to say about Celebrity Center, you guys. So we'll be talking to some people that have worked there, that have reached out to us, and we'll continue to expose more and more receipts each and every single one day. Thank you so much for joining. I wasn't able to. I kind of kept up with the chat, you guys, but I don't think we had a lot of questions. But I always appreciate everything you say. So I will see you all extremely soon. Talk to you